Some have suggested that in this day and age, the expectations of people in today's North American culture are such that only very large churches can meet the service expectations that most people have.
When I came from the larger church, I was really disappointed in what I found here. Things just seemed to be absent. I missed the quality of preachers that we had. I missed the choir I sang in. I missed the pipe organ. I missed the various type of programs they had.
People expect that a church that's worth going to will have lots and lots of programs for children, for women, for singles, for youth, for young adults, for college and career. And so what is the value of a small church within that kind of cultural milieu and expectation?
And so I would say the benefits of being a member and the elder of a church that is a small congregation is I know everybody by name, I know where they live, I can talk to them on a personal level and a religious level.
What I like about being a member of this church is that there is a true church family. You don't just go and sit in the pew and get up and leave. You greet people, people greet you. The first time I was here, people were so happy to see me and inviting me back, and it really impacted me that how people cared in this church, and they have become very important to me.
And it's that social connection that in larger churches that I've pastored is the hardest place to bridge. It's very hard for people who are just becoming interested in the church to build social networks that are meaningful, and that's never an issue here.
What is unique about the Bear Valley Church is the camaraderie, the friendliness, the warmth that you find here. I can only hope that the visitors find the same thing.
I remember the first Sabbath I was here. My mom came to visit me from Switzerland and we said, let's go and find a church. That I felt very comfortable. And that was the first time I came here. And since then, every time I'm up here in Big Bear, I'm coming here.
I like belonging to a smaller church as opposed to a larger church because of the intimacy of the people in the church.
There are some advantages, and the biggest advantage is that people become known very quickly. There's never a sense in a small church like Big Bear that a person comes even more than once or twice that they don't feel like they're known and that there's a sense of either connection or disconnection. If there's disconnection, they're not going to return, but if they are returning, then there's a sense that they've connected socially.
There's always been a nucleus, a group that's always been here and has always been outgoing, outreaching, and reaching out into the community to do things for the community that aren't seen on the surface by our contacts that we have with other people.
The major problem, I think, though, in these churches is the kids. They grow up, go off to college, they do not come back home. And as a result, the smaller churches get smaller. If it's our agrarian community, the farms are getting larger. It is becoming mechanized. The people that are needed to run a farm is not as much. And those are the people that have often been in a church, and they're gone.
I started looking around at things I could do. I can put together a sound system. So we went to work to make sure we have music every Sabbath, one way or another. We went to work to make sure that we could put on the screen, on TV, anything the conference might put our way that we could use. And it's coming to life, it's happening.
Yeah, some of the outreaches we are doing would be to go out and help someone if they need some, let's say, maintenance done on their house, or an issue with some plumbing or electrical, or even non-members, we've done that have shown up here and like the message that we have, but yet they haven't become members, we haven't seen them for a while. We have taken the traveling communion little case and done communion with them on a quarterly communion service.
One of the things that is a very strong positive in this little church is that our pastor has established a camp meeting, and we're even having campers come up and camp. But the unique thing about it is, last year it attracted a whole family in wanting to change their membership and come here. There are positive things happening. Yes, I miss that big church. I will forever miss that big church. I will miss the Christmas programs. I will miss lots of things. But what we do here is probably more special than anything they'll have in those larger churches.
In a small church, you have to be rounded, and you have to jump in. And so it gives the opportunity for the Holy Spirit to actually be in the service and in the church, because we can't do it all like you see what we're doing now. And so it's wonderful to have the expression and that to step out of your comfort zone. So in a large church, you could actually just sit and warm the pew.
Finding ways for the congregation to get outside of that, what becomes almost the prime directive, of maintaining and keeping going, and doing something beyond themselves. I think those are key. Small churches provide something that large churches really struggle with. Whereas at small churches, if somebody doesn't show up for a couple of weeks, they are missed, and people do reach out without any of my involvement. And so that is, I think, the primary capacity of the small church within this world that values the economy of scale.
The dream is to see more young people involved, to see more members coming in, and to see this church grow to the point where it could support a small Seventh-day Adventist school.